Mic and camera. Okay. Enter full screen. All right, looks like we're set. Camera, adjust camera. Come on, come on. Is that good? Is that gonna work? That's gonna work, okay. Well, normally I do this whole closing my eyes and smiling, breathing. Oh, I sniff because snot. And then I look at the camera and then I start, but you know what? There's just a little too much reality going on right now. So I think I'm gonna go with that. Although this feels like you guys see way too much of my, my stuff in the hallway that's supposed to be hidden. Yeah, I'm supposed to be going through my grandmother's china, figuring out how much I have, finding out what it's worth, what the market value is, and selling the stuff. Or wait, no, first I was supposed to offer it to my sisters. So Dawn, Darcy, just in case you guys stalk me in my vlog episodes, we should talk about whether you want Nana Izzy's china, because I can't put it in the microwave and I can't put it in the dishwasher. And when am I going to have, I don't know, 50 people show up and want dinner in my 750 square foot apartment? Maybe not. So I might be offering it to you before I see how much I could get for it. And I think I'm a little too distant. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to pull the laptop closer and then I'm going to get the camera, which, okay, the computer cord. Hold on. I have to fix things. So many technological issues. I want to get that camera, a squishy bit. Oops. This is going to be such a fascinating vlog post. Do I have it on me? All right. No, I'm decapitated. All right. Come on. Yes, maybe? Okay. I need a director. I need a director. I need a social scheduler, because there is no social life happening. I need, I don't need a cook or a maid. Right now, I could use a maid. So I don't know where you are and what's been going on in your world, but I'm in the previously Pacific Northwest. It's not wet anymore. It's very dry. It's the Pacific North Smoky. That's what this is. I'm sure everyone has heard, but maybe for future reference, if somebody finds these in the archives sometime and wants to know what's currently going on here, the entire West Coast has been on fire for the past week. Nobody knows exactly why. There's all kinds of theories. Poor forest management, at least in Oregon. I don't know what's going on with y'all in California, and I know our president said we should really be out there raking the forest more often. I don't know. I don't think the Native Americans were doing that before we showed up and started bungling things in this continent, but I'm pretty sure that if we let nature take its course and recognize that we humans are part of the ecosystem, maybe, just maybe, things would work a little better. Yeah. For whatever reason, whether due to natural lightning strikes or accidents, people camping in the woods and not putting away their forest fires. Always put away your forest fire when you leave a campsite. Oh my God, I have smoke on the brain. Campfires not being put out, or somebody tossing a cigarette, or I don't know, gender reveal parties with fireworks going off, or arson. I mean, any of the above is possible, right? So I don't know. I don't think anybody really knows. And I don't think if somebody does know, we're going to know the truth. But for whatever reason, the entire left coast has been on fire this week. So like many of you, I went to bed last Monday night, Labor Day evening. I had taught a lovely art class. Life was looking good. I was reclaiming all kinds of things in my life. And when I woke up after a night of gale force winds that almost knocked my air conditioner out of my bedroom window, banging on the windows, and the smell of smoke, I kept thinking, why am I dreaming of camping? Because why would I be camping? And I woke up to a dark apartment at 9 a.m. and blood orange red sky, light coming in through the windows, and the smell of smoke everywhere. And then I discovered there was grit on everything. Grit, like volcanic ash, only not volcanic. It was forest fire and hazardous toxic waste having been burned. And it was alarming. It was a scary morning. And we didn't know, being 1 hour away from the epicenter of hell, we didn't know whether or not we were going to have to evacuate, because towns on the equidistant side, eastern side of Salem, were evacuating. Some were burned down. We had fires to our west at the coast in Lincoln City, the entire north section of Lincoln City. My favorite Goodwill to shop at is gone. So it was a little scary. So I went out and bought a bunch of water, which is still sitting in the back of my car. And it's been day by day getting through. Will there be an evacuation? How close are the fires? Are my friends safe? And how do we protect ourselves from this horrific air quality index? It's been way above dangerous. 100 and above is considered very dangerous. Don't go outside. We haven't been below 300 the whole time. And the different measuring sites for air quality index are competing for each other. Today, it said on one site that it was 63, which sounds great, except that on another site it said 202, and on another site it said over 300. And based on the visibility out there, I'm thinking it's still over 300. Yeah. We did not get, so far, the promised eastward moving typical winds and the not so typical this time of year, but very desirous rains that were predicted. So they're saying that we are stuck in this stagnant, hazardous air for another 3 days at least. This is Tuesday, the 15th of September, my youngest son's 14th birthday. And it was pretty bad out there everywhere we drove. Went into Salem to get him some free coffee. Not coffee, but coffee drinks, and got him some pizza and took him to buy a weighted blanket just like Mama's and a Nerf gun. That's what he wanted for his birthday. So we spent the day together driving around. I mean, what do you do for birthday fun? Where do you go when going into any establishment? You need to wear the masks to protect you from COVID. And outside, you need to wear the mask to protect you from the very air that you're breathing. So I told him that the weighted blanket would help with anxiety and insomnia. And I've really been enjoying mine. I've got a 12-pounder, and he got the same weight. You can get them at Walmart everywhere from 6 pounds to 12 pounds to 15 to, I saw 20. So I don't know, go buy a weighted blanket and deal with whatever's giving you insomnia and anxiety in your life. Because I think all of us right now are struggling with just the basics in life. And I kind of wanted to talk about that. I think that's what I want to talk about. I don't know. I just couldn't pass up the fact that I actually took a shower, fixed my hair, put on clothing and makeup. And so I should take advantage of that. I should get in front of a camera and take full advantage of that, because I tell y'all, this whole past week, there's no way I was going to get in front of any camera, whether it was for a selfie or an art class or this. I know I spared you and me that dreariness. It was bad. It was. I mean, even my best friend, if I had sent this to her, she would have said, yeah, maybe you need a shower. Do you have running water? Yes, I have running water and electricity and internet. And I am so so grateful for those things being in my life and that I have gotten the sleep that I have. But it just kind of feels, are you feeling it like the world is incrementally inching in, like it's an Indiana Jones Temple of Doom thing, and the walls are getting narrower and the ceiling and the floor like are being scrunched into these little boxes? Do you feel that? Because I kind of feel that. I keep thinking, oh, what's next? And then you can't think that. You can't, don't be thinking that, because it's like all of the impossible, unthinkable things could be next. So yeah, I'm losing all track of time. Every day is Blur's day. Every week is Blur's week. Every month is Blur's month. I think it's September, like in the middle. Well, no, I do know, because today was my son's birthday. Yes. So occasionally I emerge and I know the day. What was it? It was August 28th. So however many weeks back that was, 3, something like that. I did this. See this? This is a brace. This is on my ankle because my ankle is twisted. And look at the shoes I am wearing. I am wearing the ugliest shoes I have, my running shoes. Not that I've been running, not that I've been outside. No, I've been dancing in my living room. And because of the twisted ankle, lack of flexibility, what I have done to myself is to cause the ball of my foot, so what's it called? Metatarsal something. I looked it up, and it's pronounceable by people who have a medical degree, which I do not have. So anyway, the lack of flexibility in my ankle has caused me to keep my ankle too rigid, and so the ball of my foot, just on that one, is inflamed. So I don't know what I'm going to do for exercise now, because I need to blow off the steam, and it helps with vertigo, which I also have. I've had for 600 and something days. I looked it up. November 6th, I will be celebrating my 666th day of vertigo. It's just a special number. 666, Friday the 13th, and 2020 are all now supposedly evil numbers. Yeah. Hoping 2021 is much nicer. I would love to turn the calendar page and say bye-bye COVID, bye-bye person who's occupied the White House, and hello New Year. Yes, I would love that. So yes, the walls and the floor and the ceiling and the walls we're being cubed. We're being cubed. And that usually means expanding, right? Cubing usually means exponentially ginormouser, but no, it means squelched and squished and stuck in a box. So it is feeling like that. It just is. It's feeling like, okay, I can't do that anymore. Okay, can't do that anymore. And ooh, now I can't do that anymore. And it's contending with less and less ability to live the lives that we previously were used to living. So how do we deal with that? How do we cope with that? I would love to say that I'm doing a A+ job on all of this. I like to be an excellent student. I'm Virgo rising, and that means I love to excel. I love to do well. I love to have people say, whoa, look, she's doing great. I like attagirls. And I can't say that I've been contending as well as I would like to. And I don't know that any of us can right now. I'm thinking it's time we let ourselves off the hook of false expectations of how we think we should be performing given pandemic. For those of us out here on the West Coast, wildfires, bad air quality, an economic upheaval, a really nasty political climate where we're being divided against each other. Speaking of that, I don't believe that the division is really between right and left. I just don't. I did that backwards, but I did it for your benefit. Having taught aerobics for years and having to face the mirror, no, I'm sorry, to face the class and to say that my right was left and my left was right so that I could get them to do things in the right direction, while in my mind, so I have like direction dyslexia. And so if you're ever in a car with me and I say, go left or go right, go with my finger, okay? Don't go with my mouth, go with my finger, because I will point in the accurate direction, but my mouth might say the opposite just because of all of the aerobics that I did in the 80s. Yeah, so I'm dating myself now, but it's legal in Oregon, so I'm gonna date myself. Where was I? Direction and, oh, yeah, political climate. So left and right is not the division, y'all. It's not. I mean, it takes two wings to fly a bird, and nature, if we use her as our model, and we really, really, really should use nature as our model, being part of the whole ecosystem, just to tie things back up to where I started. The division is not right and left. We need to do what nature does, and we need to conserve whatever's working. And we need to be liberally progressive to grow whatever needs to be changed. We need both. We need both, absolutely both. The real division is between the elite and the rest of us. That division needs to be healed. And I think it's going to take right and left coming together and recognizing that we're just two flip sides of the same coin, and we actually do need each other. That's what I think. But nobody elected me or selected me, and my platform here, I mean, this is just a YouTube channel. This isn't, I don't think I even have 100 followers yet. So, but I'm doing my part. I'm doing my part to speak my truth, to put it out there, to be consistent with who I am and what I stand for. That's integrity, so that the inside of each of us is aligned with our outside demonstration, so that our intentions, our words, our actions is aligned with who we are on the inside. Alignment is so important. Integrity is so important. All you have to do is experience a lack of integrity with someone in your life to recognize just how absolutely foundationally crucial integrity actually is. I think I got off on several different rabbit trails there. How many rabbits have I chased so far? I wanted to talk about doing this well versus not doing this well. Yeah. I think we need to have a lot of self-compassion right now. Lowered expectations. Do the best that we can in each and every circumstance. So if you're contending with something foundational, think of Maslow's, the bottom rung of Maslow's hierarchy. That's a survival level. So if you're feeling threatened, this past week, I got caught up in the fear of my life being threatened. Would I be able to survive? Do I have what it takes to evacuate by myself, finding all of the things that I need in a state of concern, stress, and even, yeah, borderline panic? Was everything that I have going to burn to the ground? I had to scramble to get renter's insurance. Discovered that my auto insurance lapsed back in March when it doesn't matter. I didn't get the email. I've been driving uninsured since March. I didn't have any traffic violations, which is good because that would have been a bad one to pay for. So anyway, I'm good. I'm insured. I'm up to date. Got renter's insurance. I'm protected. Why does it cost $5.84 per month to insure everything in my apartment, which is quite a bit financially, versus a car, which costs now me $100 a month to insure that? But the car's value versus everything in my home's value, those are not the same. Why is that one that expensive and this one not? Except for the fact that I don't drive my house around and run into other people and cause maiming and death. I don't do that. I mean, I don't do that in my car either, but anyway. Anyway, oh, I digressed. I really think that if we're contending with survival level issues, and that could be anything from you have a disease, COVID or otherwise, you have some sort of health issue, and I mean more than just a twisted ankle and an inflamed metatarsal, whatever in the ball of your foot. Economic threat is definitely a survival issue. If you can't sleep, if your nutrition is impaired, if you're isolated, if you're alone, that's huge. Maybe for some of you, some of us, the idea of being alone is no big deal. I remember over the course of the last couple of years, one of my biggest fantasies was to be alone. It was a stressful situation and I craved solitude, just to be by myself and only have to concern myself with myself. And I had fantasies of being back in this exact apartment that I am in. So be careful what you wish for. You never know what you might manifest. And I'm grateful to be here. And I treasure my solitude. I really, really, really do. I'm really balanced in the whole introversion, extroversion thing. So for people who are severe, not severe, like it's a disease, if you are very introverted, you've probably not even noticed the isolation. But if you are very extroverted, you've probably gone stir crazy during this time. Or maybe you're with people. Maybe you want new people. Maybe you want to exchange the old people for new people because you're kind of tired of the old people. And maybe you want new ones. All kinds of things happen in situations like this. If you're somewhere in the middle, and I'm almost exactly in the middle of introversion and extroversion. In the Myers-Briggs, I'm XNFX, meaning that my I and my E, introversion, extroversion, and my J and my P, perception and judgment, are nearly equal down the line. And I'm like off the charts NF, lots of intuitive and feeling things. That's me. So I need a really good balance of solitude and connection. And if I get too much solitude, it closes in on me in the form of isolation. And if I get too much connection, especially in large groups, then it closes in on me in this smothering thing. Both of those are imbalanced for me. So my personal balance, and it's important to know your own personality type and your own balance. My own personal balance is about equal, a certain amount of solitude and a certain amount of connection, and I thrive. But I haven't had this. I haven't had the connection. I live alone, no pets, nobody coming and going. It's not really safe for friends to come over, and my local friends aren't that close. My closest people, aside from my children, live long distance. So it's been isolating, and I felt it. It's been hard. I won't sugarcoat that. It's been very hard. And this past week, when I didn't know what was going to happen here, it was very hard. And I got through. I did. I'm grateful right now for my EMDR therapist. I highly recommend EMDR and/or therapy as a way of being able to talk about all this, to process this. I recommend having and cultivating friendships. And I also advocate, believe it or not, social media. I've really worked hard to be my authentic self wherever I am, wherever I show up in my life. That integrity thing, that alignment thing really matters to me. So what you see here, this thing, this you, me thing happening here through the magic of Zoom and YouTube, this is me. If you saw me one-on-one, I mean, I have a panoply of moods. You know, I can ride the roller coaster like nobody's business, but this is really me. I'm letting you see me. I didn't let you see me last week because I have standards. But this is how I would show up if I was teaching an art class, if I was meeting you somewhere, if you were coming to hang out with me and I had time to shower, then this is who and how I am. So I've cultivated that on Facebook, my primary means of social media. I have long-term, long-standing, authentic connections with a wide variety of human beings. Female friends, male friends, and all ages, all cultures, all over the world. And I treasure them, I value them. They mean a lot to me. I enjoy that I can get on Facebook and I can say, I'm having a hard time. I need to talk to somebody. And people will show up. They'll meet me right there. They'll send me a private message saying, hey, you okay? What's going on? I've worked hard at that. Well, no, I mean, I've been me. I've shown up. And people who are also real tend to gravitate toward people who are real. And I'm so grateful for that. So grateful for each and every one of you who has shown me authentic care and compassion, and that I can do that for you too, that I can reach out and say, I get it, I've been there, I understand, I really do. I'm starting to explore human design, which is a rather in-depth personality indicator. It's stinking exhaustive. And I'm starting to discover who I am. I'm a 5/1, which apparently, according to those who know more than me at this point, means that people tend to use me as an emotional barometer for health and unhealth, and that people can project things onto me and then either cut me off or say, whoa, you're all that. And I help people see themselves as they are. I knew I did this innately. I didn't know that it was actually a thing where human design is concerned, but apparently it is. So yay, one more thing to learn about me and how I operate in this world. So backing it back a bit, wherever you are, whatever you're going through, cut yourself some slack. Give yourself a break. Extend a lot of self-compassion and tenderness toward yourself, because we're all going through such a hard time. None of us are at our best. I don't know a single human being in my close circles and in my extended circles and what I see online. I don't know a single human being who is at their best right now. We are all dealing with an emotional, psychological, mental deficit. Most of us have a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress, and it's showing up. Old bad habits can resurface. Ways of coping that really don't work for us come up. Ways of numbing out, of trying to feel better. However you're feeling, it's valid and required. Meet yourself there. Meet yourself right where you are, in the stress, in the anxiety, in the pain, in the grief, in the despair, in the depression, in the dysfunction. Meet yourself there. Be nice to yourself. Be kind. There's a thing about self-love. Self-love is not, okay, I'm going to make myself feel good things about myself. No, it's not that, because that's not going to happen. It's not going to work that way. Self-love is choosing, making the decision that you are going to treat yourself the same way that you would treat anybody else that you care about in your life. And I know you've got people in your life that you do amazing things for, that you treat with kindness and compassion and understanding. And you look at them and you say, well, of course you're not going to do your best right now. Look what you're contending with. Give yourself that same kind of attitude, and then do loving actions for yourself. Self-love is taking loving actions for yourself. That doesn't necessarily mean a whole chocolate cake and a 2-hour-long bubble bath, unless, I mean, you can do that. tuck yourself into bed a little early. Give yourself a nap. I gave myself some self-love by purchasing a weighted blanket so that while I'm sleeping at night, I feel comforted, I feel held, I feel secure. It helps me sleep better. I did that for me. I'm feeding myself nutritious foods. When I can go outside again, I will go back to taking myself for walks and runs. I let myself dance because I love to dance. I'm doing things that feel good to me, stretching and oh, this is a good one. So if you feel really, really stressed, make yourself yawn and stretch. I mean, like really stretch in those, like a cat would do, like an animal does. That's how they alleviate stress. What are some other things you can do? Self-massage. You can work on the muscles in your body. You can get a massager to do your back. Lie on the floor and just feel the ground underneath you. Go outside, barefoot on the earth, lie on the earth. I can't wait till I can do earthing again. I miss it. I miss it. Do those things that your earth suit, that your body needs you to do to take care of it. Try to get good sleep. I know it can be tough. I know, believe me, I know it can be tough to do that. But don't expect yourself to be able to do all of the things that you normally can do when you're not contending with all of the things that you're contending with right now. It's a lot. And it doesn't make you negative or a complainer to actually list out the things you're contending with. Get all that stuff out. Write it down in a journal so you can get it out of your head and onto paper. And then look at the list and go, whoa, I'm dealing with a lot. I am far more badass than I'm giving myself credit for. And give yourself credit. I'm telling you, there have been some days where getting out of bed, feeding myself, getting through the day, that's enough. That's heroic. I don't know how. I don't know when. I don't know exactly what it looks like or what it's going to take, but we are going to get through this pandemic, this weather threat, whether you're dealing with a hurricane or forest fires or whatever's going on in your world. We are going to get through this. We're going to get on the other side of this because we humans are tenacious. We're survivors and we're meant to be thrivers. So do what it takes to get yourself through whatever you need to get through. And don't do it alone. Reach out. There are humans all over the planet, and there are people you can reach out to who will connect with you right where you are and remind you of who you are and help you to see yourself in a way that maybe you can't see yourself right now. I know I need that. I ask people to remind me who I am. I ask the universe to bring what I need to me. So ask and be open to receive. And love yourself, please. Love yourself through this. We're going to get through this. Okay, I'm going to wrap up now because I need to feed me. I'm going to go find something that tastes good, feels good to eat. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.